How's it going, YouTube? So today we're taking the Duramax here and getting it ready to do some work for us. First up, an oil change on the truck. It's getting to the point it probably needs one. And two, these tires are more than shot at this point. Like, yeah, there's still tread there, but there's not much. So I went ahead and got stock tires for it. Currently it's sitting on 35s with a level kit. But even at full lock, it still rubs with stuff cut out, and there's rust in here. And I like how it looks, don't like how it performs. I'd rather get a smaller wheel that performs better. So I went ahead and picked up some stock rims and wheels for a 2008 Duramax, which will fit because anything 2010 and before have the 8x6.5 lug pattern. So first I'm going to go ahead and put these ramps down, pull the truck up, do an oil change, and then we will swap out to the stock rims. And at that point you should be more than ready to go for our car hauling, which will be the next video most likely. Also in my last video about the truck, I made a comment about it breaking down. We're going to check. Okay, so we're looking good. This Serpentine belt every 3,000 miles was eating itself. I put a new Serpentine belt in the previous time. 30 miles later, I had no belt here. Less than 30 miles. It was about 40 minutes of driving. If you look down there, I have a new idler and a new tensioner pulleys, which was what the mechanic was guessing. Since then, I've put about 60 or so miles on the truck. Have no issues with this belt now, so hopefully that was what was going on. Nice and easy does it. I'm opting to do the oil change before we swap out the tires because these tires are a couple inches taller, give me a little more room while I'm underneath. But now we'll get down there and start draining it. So here we are, down under the bowels of the beast with our 16 millimeter. I don't know if I can do that with one hand. I was on there quite a bit, but now that we got it, I'm going to try to pull this out and catch it in the pan, which I just realized still has its plug, so let's get that out and set that plug up there. Okay, wish me luck. Woo, that was really good. I think that's the best I've had in a while. A nice dark oil, which it's diesel, it's going to be dark. But now we're just going to wait a couple minutes for this to drain all the way. I'll go ahead and crack open the fill spot just to maybe help this drain out a little quicker. So I definitely need to get a bigger oil container because this one is like full and we're not done. So just got to drag it out of here slowly and try not to spill any of it. And I'll get this put into my I have a 30-gallon drum I'm collecting in for diesel refinery stuff in the future. And when I was doing that, I just put this back in because it was still coming out slow. So I'll pull this back out. Okay, there we go. And let this drain for a couple more minutes. I shouldn't have a problem with it overfilling now because it's empty and coming out slow. While we're waiting on the oil to fully drain, I have the new tires here. Well, new to me. 125 bucks for a set of 4. They still have the little hairs on them on the sides. He said 2 of them are about 75% tread. The other 2 are pretty much new, which they look it. The only thing is there's surface rust starting inside of the rim. So what I'm going to do is, I already did it to these 2, is I had a little hammer here. My hammer broke, but I just take this and I'm going to scrape away any, like right there, there's a little bit of a piece. If I just scrape around in here, get it cleaned up, and then I have a rust protector spray paint. Once again, for the price I paid, 125 bucks for the 4 wheels, I'm fine with it. It's not in any way compromising the wheel. I'm just going to spray it, and I'll keep an eye out for a nice set of rims, and I can always transfer the rubber over. Is it going to last for long? Because I'm not sanding it down and cleaning it up real good and all that. No, but it's a little better than just putting them on as they are. So I'm going to go through and get these last 2 ones cleaned up. I already did these first 2. And the front of the wheels look, I mean, pretty good. They have a little bit of rust and stuff, but it's mostly the back I'm worried about. Okay, we're back under the truck, and you can still see some you know, just proof that there was an issue with the serpentine belt at one point in time, as I pull out all the little pieces. But once again, I'm pretty sure that issue's been resolved, which is great news for me. This is barely dripping at this point, so I will take the plug and put her back up in there. And then we're gonna come over here to the oil filter and just get it started turning. Okay. And now right about where I am is where I need this oil pan to be, so I'm not gonna have an angle for the camera, but just slide the oil pan in, take that off, drains down, give that a couple minutes, and then we'll come back to put a new filter in. Now we have our M1303A filter from Mobil 1. I'm going to get a little bit of oil on my finger, take it around this O-ring up here, and then stick it in the truck. Got that new oil filter, which ironically is a little scratched up. Put it on there. Just hand tight. It doesn't need to be super tight. There we go. Now it's less. Put a little bit of oil on there, it works. And now we're ready to go back up top and fill with oil. I'll be using 15W40 heavy duty. This truck takes 9.5 liters. One of these big containers is 9.46, a hair more than this. I've also used some of this, so I will be grabbing another couple smaller containers I have of this to get the truck up to fill. But now I just have to figure out, because with it up there, I gotta, yeah, it'll be fun. I'm gonna Bluetooth pour this and probably spill it everywhere. A little bit off the back, but not bad. Wager that should be somewhat close. I'm gonna check the dipstick, verify that we're up around the fill mark, and then I'll get it on level ground, let it idle for a couple minutes, and check it again. Okay, yep, I see it's registering a good amount. I'll probably go ahead and move those off, slide it back, and then start doing the tires all the way around. It's gonna be fun. It's the next morning here. I got the tires on this truck. I had a heck of a time finding a piece last night for this truck. An adapter for one of my tools. Borrowed it from my mechanic down the road and then proceeded to get these new tires on. The truck's looks interesting. I've never seen it with stock tires on this truck. So I mean, I'm thinking I'll lower the front end some to close up that gap, give it a smoother ride, but I'll do that later on. I am going to hop in the truck and run off to pick up the auction trucks I picked up. So that'll be another video starting for me the same day. You guys will probably see it a couple days later, maybe a week later.